Hey, welcome to the Chronicle YouTube channel. I'm Busta Brown, and what we're doing now is we're spotlighting businesses, which I think is fantastic. And the first business is always the best when you're the first, is the Village Produce. And I'm hanging out with the real McCoys.
The real
Plus
McCoy
one.
and
Plus the Anderson,
Plus one.
right?
Plus
Yeah,
one.
plus one. You know, and you know how it is. When you've been married forever, dude, you plus one.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Paul, are you coming? Are you bringing your husband?
Exactly.
I've known you all for a minute,
yes.
and you've been talking about this project for a minute, and now it's here.
Yep.
Drake has a song. I don't know if you know what Drake is, but he has a song started from the bottom. Now I'm here, right?
That's
Now you're here. The Village Produce. It looks good.
Thank you.
I like what you're doing. I love the concept. Why did you all see the need here in Winston-Salem?
Well, we knew that there were many conversations in the city around food deserts
Right.
and food scarcity. And so we noticed that this was a food desert because if you are anywhere from a major grocery store, if you're a mile away, then that's considered a food desert. And so we used to have a store here called, what was the name of the store? That was here for years. But anyway, it's been going for about 30 years. And so we thought that if we could provide, Paragon, if we could provide fresh produce to this community, that it would benefit the community.
And that's a big deal because that's why we're so unhealthy, you know,
Right.
as African
Right.
Americans, you know. Because most of the fresh produce, and it's far away. We got to try it. And we're like, I'm not going to go that far.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a good thing that you did this.
And we visited stores, you know, in the community just to see what is it that they actually provided, and most of it is sugary items, sodas, potato chips, you know, things like that that are absolutely unhealthy for us.
Exactly.
What we discovered is that, and there are a few things that go with the food desert. One of them is that typically around bus stops in low-wealth communities, bus stops are magnets for convenience stores. And convenience stores open very early in the morning, and with student traffic, students pass these convenience stores. Convenience stores only sell four things. They sell sugar, salt, alcohol, and tobacco. And when we think about our children starting their day with those non-nutritious items, we know that in our neighborhood, if we want to impact on generational poverty, so that our children are thinking the way that they should when they're in school, that we have to do something to impact their nutritional needs. And that was much of the impetus for this store.
Good. You know, what I'm hearing is that this is not just about business. This is about love.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love for the
It is.
people.
That's
Taking
right.
care of the community.
They're taking care of the community.
Exactly right.
So this is a gem. And this is something our community needs to know about and needs to support, especially if you're a parent.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, teach your kids how to eat healthy.
That's right.
Now they know how to eat healthy. When they come to the Village Produce, they don't have to worry about it costing so much to eat healthy.
Right.
Because that's the biggest complaint.
Yes.
It's expensive to eat healthy.
Absolutely.
Well, if you know about places like this,
Yeah.
get the word out, you can save some money.
Absolutely.
And stay alive.
And stay healthy.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
we try to keep our costs, you know, comparable, and so that people will come and support us, and you know, so far,
So good.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good. What are the other things that you are doing to attract customers?
Well, let me mention too that we're
Okay.
part of the Healthy Food Network.
Okay.
So one of the things that we are doing is not selling tobacco products.
Okay.
You know, and so some people come in and want, you know, do you
Can't
have
get no
cigarettes?
cigarettes.
And we have made a conscious decision
Yeah.
not to sell cigarettes.
And we also don't do lottery tickets. Because we know that in low-wealth neighborhoods, it's very, very easy for people to swallow this idea that we can get something for nothing. And I'm not knocking the lottery, but we know that in many low-wealth neighborhoods, that money needs to be dedicated dollars, dedicated to managing families and providing for the things that families need. Often the lottery impacts on that negatively.
I tell you, man, excuse me, that's bold. You know, no tobacco, no lottery, that's bold. And I guess you have to be bold when you can.
Yeah,
You know?
you do. And
You have to be bold
sometimes
when you can.
it might hurt your bottom line.
And people don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're right, but at the end of the day, you're saving lives.
Yeah.
And you reconditioning the mind
That's right.
to take care of its own community.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
And we're not
fantastic.
exploiting the
Yeah,
community.
exactly.
At the sake of the community,
Right.
you know, costing the community, you know, health,
Right.
wellness.
And
things
social
like that.
status. And
Exactly.
understanding.
And I'm looking around, there's furniture in here and different kinds of things.
Play chess here.
Is chess?
Like this, yeah.
What other ways that you attract to the community?
Well, we are including the arts
Okay.
in this, and so we wanted to really combine this with art, and we invite artists to come in, maybe to
Right.
practice.
Okay.
We had one church that started with us at the beginning, and they had it was called the Joyful Noise Jazz Ensemble.
I like that.
And they would come every other month and play jazz, do a jazz little gathering. And so it was a
Okay.
gathering place for people. And so we'd like to continue that. And so we invite artists to come in and do their thing. For Black History Month on February the 10th, we had a group that came in, a couple of groups that came in and performed. And, you know, people were just coming in, shopping, and it was just a really great environment.
That's cool. And I noticed you have a little karaoke machine over there.
We have
One day I'm
karaoke.
coming in and sing some Stevie Wonder and Nat King Cole.
Busta.
Am I showing my age? yeah. So Jerry, tell me about the conversations you've been having with the Chamber of Commerce.
My passion
Right.
in what we do here is different from Paula's. Paula comes from a nonprofit community, and she has many, many friends and relationships that she's built over many years. My goal is really in community development, and I know that there are some systemic things that we can do, and there are some collaborations that we can foster to help grow this neighborhood. We can't grow our store independent of the neighborhood.
That's
And so
right.
one of the things that we're really interested in is partnering with existing businesses. And I'm fortunate enough to have been invited by the Winston-Salem Chamber of Commerce to participate in the conversation with Smith Reynolds Airport regarding commerce for this neighborhood.
Right.
We have the ability to be a support community for upcoming changes at the airport, and we're excited about that. They have an air show here every year in September, and this year we are hopeful that we can put together an annual event around this airport air show, and we call it Arbor Nights, where we have entertainment and food, and really open up this Calgary Station net community to the greater Winston-Salem area that will come to enjoy the air show.
That's fantastic.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
So that's I guess an example of how what you do benefits this business.
Yes.
You know, that vision.
That concept is what we do.
You come from the nonprofit world. So
yeah.
how does what your career has been
Yeah.
help your business?
Well, and I beg to differ with my husband in terms of my passion. My passion is in community development as well.
Right.
I'm a community development professional. So my career has been all about developing my community.
Right.
Starting with being a community organizer in my community that I grew up in Bourne Park. And so my career path has taken me along those lines, and working with the Local Initiative Support Corporation and we work with community development corporations. But my passion is around helping to revitalize the neighborhoods that surround us that haven't had any investment for many years.
Right.
And this is one of those. I think that the city has been very generous in offering funds to that they, you know, as merchants, we match those funds 50-50. And those are revitalizing urban commercial areas. It's called RUCA. And so we were fortunate to have those funds to do this business, but those funds need to extend to the community at large. And so they need to combine it with housing development and human development and helping to build this area in a more comprehensive way.
But you have to start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere. And they've started with the merchants
Right.
and this Main Street corridor,
Right.
which the city is really supporting and helping us
Right.
to change this area. And so we want it to be a vibrant area. So
Right. And you're members of the Black Chambers of Commerce.
we're members of the Black Chamber of
And
Commerce.
Organization Retail Merchants
You
Association
come out,
as well.
the different members come out to different like businesses
Yeah.
to see what you're doing and how to better support.
Yeah.
I think that's
I want to
fantastic.
say quickly that the idea of community development, Busta, extends beyond what it is that we produce.
Right.
Community development also includes extracting commerce from anchor institutions that reside in our zip code who have needs for goods and services. They extract our income, and often what happens is that the goods and services that are sold, they're sold by organizations and groups and companies that don't live in our zip code. And so what we're trying to do is that in our community development idea, we want to tap into some of these anchor institutions, Reynolds Health, Winston-Salem State, that have huge operating budgets. And instead of the person who provides gloves
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
and vegetables
Yeah.
for those institutions, we want those institutions to look at us and say, well, God, we got an entity right here in our zip code
Right.
that can help supply some of those things. And one of them is food. And doctors have the ability to write prescriptions for healthy eating. They have the ability.
Is that right? I
They
didn't
do.
know that.
There is a program out here where doctors actually prescribe
Healthy food.
healthy
Yeah,
food.
yeah, that's true.
And so
Wow.
we're trying to tap into those non-traditional ways that businesses such as ours, because we're a small business and we can't compete in the same way with large entities like Food Line
Gotcha.
and Walmart. We have to have niche markets, and in our niche markets, that's where the work is for
Yeah,
us.
yeah. And the healthy food is your niche,
That's
Yeah.
correct.
which the big guys don't really focus on. You know, not to knock the big
It's not
guys,
their
but
niche.
that's not. So the niche is healthy food. So
Yeah.
that's a big deal. Now you've done this a little over a year, but you've both been doing business for a while,
Mhm.
and you both are very brilliant, individuals.
Buster, we don't have any money to pay you for those kinds
No,
of
you are. I mean, I've known you. What lessons have you learned along the way that you would do different?
Well, I think that we have learned that we really have to let the community know what it is that we want to do and make sure that the community has buy-in.
Gotcha.
You know, it's no longer something that you can build it and hope that they will come. So you got to involve them in the process.
Right.
So over this past year, one of the things that we've had to do is to brand this. We had our own ideas of how we would brand the village. And we thought it was a great idea, but what we've learned from customers who come in daily, we've got repeat business that is starting to grow. And which is a wonderful thing. That's how it's built. The base of it is built from repeat business.
Right.
And so now we're getting more input from people saying what it is that they want. And that's exactly what we need to do.
Is that the same advice you would give other small businesses? Let's say young men and women coming up. What kind of advice would you give them?
You want to make sure that you have some good understanding
Right.
of what the needs are for the place.
Right.
This is our place. One of the interesting things about the bus is that I remember looking at the Earth from the Hubble spacecraft. It shot a picture of Earth as being a great big blue ball.
Right.
Nothing else was sitting around it, and you can zero in from that great big blue ball, Buster and Paula, and zoom from outer space, where they were 500,000 miles away on this particular shot, right down to Winston-Salem. This is our place on the planet.
Right.
And our responsibility is to develop a commercial base for our place. And our place is Argument Station. We've identified this and staked it out as being our place. And it's our responsibility now as adults that live in our place, this is our home, it's our responsibility to create what it is that we want for our home.
Gotcha.
And this is part of it.
And so part of the advice would be to really get to know your place, really get to know the people and what it is that they want to have here. Really go out and organize in your community.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. What are some of the, share with the viewers, when they walk into the village produce, what are some of the things they can get in? We know healthy food, healthy produce. What else can they get in?
Well, this is a country store too.
Okay.
So there are some antiques
Right.
that are here.
When we
There
say
are-
country, what do you mean by country?
Well, the look is kind of country.
Okay.
It's kind of urban country.
Right, right.
But,
relatable though.
Yeah, but it's relatable,
yeah,
and people see things that they remember from way back when.
Yeah.
Like, oh, a BB bag.
Right.
You know,
that's
it's
what's
like,
up. Gotcha.
you know,
And if you
things
look-
like that.
And if you look around the store itself, the decorating style is very much in line with Cracker Barrel, another country store feel to
I
it.
dig that.
And as we
That's what I was thinking too when you said that, Paul.
And as we continue to grow this business,
Yeah.
it will take on other airs of a country store.
Gotcha.
People ask for it. They ask for country ham, shoulders, and those kinds of things. And then if you look at our floor, it's just a same floor that was here when it was built in 1940,
Yeah.
and we have made it today's look. And so we wanted to make sure that we had a place that was an easy place and some place where people would love to come. So our space is very, very important, and that's a part of the country look.
The only thing that's missing is gas. I mean, I'm looking at a dresser, a dinette set. I mean, great food, snacks, healthy snacks,
Yes.
produce. I mean, everything's here.
Yeah.
This is almost like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, we also offer a space for people to meet here. And so we
Gotcha.
want it to be a gathering place. We do sell wine and beer,
Yeah.
you know, but those are things that you can just really have a good time with some cheese and
Yeah.
some fruit, you know. We have vendors here. So we have created a space for local vendors and art
fantastic.
craftsmen
Yeah.
who want to rent a space. So we have that here as well.
That's fantastic. In closing, what can we look for as far as the future of the Village Produce?
That's a great question, Buster. And what I'm going to tell you is there are going to be some big changes at
Yeah.
Village Produce and Country Store this year. Our goal is to interact more with suppliers, the farmers out in the fields.
Okay.
We'll be going outside into various areas. There's a place down in Rockingham that has tremendous strawberries and other fruits. And I've contacted them, and I'm looking forward to engaging with them. Our goal this year is to have the 3 V's: volume, value, and variety. So that's our goal, and we're working toward that.
And get some
And
cider.
local
I love
local
cider.
farmers too. You know, there are a lot of
Okay.
people who are doing urban gardening and local
Yeah.
farming, and so we want to attract them as well.
Get them as well.
And do business with them.
I was trying to sneak in. Apple cider is my favorite.
I'll be
I'm
getting some.
excited.
I'll be here on a regular basis
I'll be getting
getting
some.
fresh apple cider.
Good enough.
Yeah, appreciate you all so much. Is there any information you'd like to get out if someone wants to reach you to have a meeting or vendors want to give you a call?
We're located at 4219 North
Yeah.
Liberty Street, and so we just say, when we walk through the doors, we always say, welcome to the village. And so we welcome you, we want you to come, visit us, see what we have, and we also have a suggestion box.
Okay.
So, you know, if you don't see what you want, we want you to tell us what it is
That's
that
what's
you
up.
need, and you'll get it.
Paula McCoy, Jerry Anderson, appreciate you.
Thank you, Buster.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.